Hey there folks, this is Ed Beard again with the Employer's Edge. My goal for you, for joining me in these next few minutes, is to increase sales by helping your salespeople be more effective. Now, you may disagree or agree with this, but if you could just get your people to do what they already know, your sales would increase. There's a lot of great training out there. There's some wonderful books on techniques and different styles and the 8 steps to something and how to overcome an objection. But they already know that. If they would just do what they already know, what you trained them on, your sales would increase. So you have to ask yourself, why are they not doing what they know? Because what they need to increase their sales is to move from the world of knowledge into the world of awareness. The biggest gain you can help your salespeople with to increase their sales is to help them understand their sales DNA, to be aware of how they come across in a sales relationship, to be aware of how they relate to the sales process, to help them understand where they are weak and where they are strong so you can go to work on closing some gaps that are going to increase sales. Now, I can give you a classic example of this, prospecting. If prospecting is a part of your sales environment, but someone's not wired to prospect, there's no amount of training is going to help them with that. There's not a book on the market that's going to help them prospect if they are not aware of why they don't like to do it. So if you can help them understand their core wiring, help them be aware of how their core personality affects prospecting, then they can position it in their mind differently to actually go do it. You know, I did a ride-along not too long ago with a sales rep. She would go into the clients, all of them, and she would just go walking around, talk to everybody because she was just so super social at her core. And so I helped her understand her sales DNA because her goal was to talk, was to connect, was to meet all these different people, drop off a couple of boxes of donuts, and they love her for it. However, being social is not a substitute for selling. And so once we helped her understand how her high sociability was getting in the way of closing sales, was she able to make an improvement, and she's killing it now. My personal brand of improvement was I used to be a pretty weak closer. And the reason why is I was trying to avoid conflict, and so I wouldn't ask for the close. I would get these long-winded statements going. I was just not asking questions. I forget all about asking questions because I was just trying to soften the blow, the conflict of the close. And once I became aware of my DNA, my core behavior, once I became aware of that, I could go to work on not talking. I just shut up long enough for a buyer to say, sure, send me 10 of those. I gave them a chance to close because I just quit worrying about the conflict. But I had to be aware of it first. There was not a book, not a training program you could have sent me through to fix that. I had to be aware of it. Okay? So if you need help helping your salespeople be more aware of how they are core wired, how their base personalities affect the sales process, affect relationships, and how they show up, just give us a call. I mean, I'm always happy to jump in and help you out. And I hope I make good use of your time in these last 3 minutes. Take care.